Hi, I'm Shane with the Drum Center of Portsmouth in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'm here with my friend Dave Currier, somebody I've known for about 20 years. We are both drummers, drum set players, and one day we started talking about his occupation of working with Alzheimer's patients. That was something that affected me. I lost one of my grandfathers to the disease, and so Dave works with the patients, and well, Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Alrighty, yeah, I grew up in Hopkinton, New Hampshire, and I had two wonderful parents. Their name was Fern and Ralph Currier, and our house was filled with music. In fact, my mother and father would go in and do the twist and have a great time, and my father actually played a little drums in high school. And during the 70s, my parents were excited. I worked for a short period of time with the band Boston, and then later I was writing movie soundtracks in Hollywood. And my parents were always very excited about that, but every time I went back home, I started noticing the gleam in their eyes started changing. They weren't like themselves. They weren't taking care of themselves. They weren't paying their bills. And so finally I got them to get a full physical workup. And the scary part for me was they were very healthy, active people, and they were in their late 50s. My father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and my mother was diagnosed with what they would refer to today as mixed dementia. And I ended up taking care of them around the clock, 24/7, for about 5.5 years. And about 2 years into it, my father started becoming very aggressive, and my mother became very lethargic and weepy. And at one point, my father didn't even recognize me as a son, which is symptomatic of this, Alzheimer's disease. And it was devastating to me. And by accident one day I put on, let's do the twist again. And my father starts doing the twist and my mother starts dancing in a wheelchair. So then I went up in the attic and I pulled out some old congas that I had. And lo and behold, my mother starts playing the drum, my father starts playing the drum, and I realized the emotion that lasted hours after playing the drum was fantastic. They ate better, my father's mood changed, my mother stopped crying, they slept better at night. Fast forwarding, when they died a month apart from each other in 1994, I started doing volunteer work for the Alzheimer's Association and manning the helpline, and I met up with my dear friend and mentor, Dr. Paul Raya, and he actually encouraged me to become a program director, so I studied under him. Now I work for a wonderful company called Life Care Centers of America that's implementing what we refer to as habilitation programming. And we're going to have Dr. Paul Raya in a few minutes explain to you what habilitation is. But I can't stress to activity directors or adult day health programs or even home caregivers the importance of music. And hand drums are wonderful, they're primal, you can play a heartbeat, and anybody can do this. Anyone can do this.
I think we should show them some footage of the therapy in action now, right?
Absolutely. We had a lot of fun.
I think we're wired for rhythm, from the heartbeat, which is the beginning of life. People want to sing and they want to feel a connection. Music is the natural way to do that. I like to give my folks something to look forward to. We're going to sing and play an instrument together. Let's just try it, just try it. I'll start it off with them. Next thing you know, we're in training, which means they're playing with a drummer. And then I leave them alone. I realize they're playing their own thing. And I get people around to applaud that. And then they just feel like $1,000,000, You've got them after that. Music groups, they look forward. When are we doing this again?
My name is Dr. Paul Raya. I'm a clinical gerontologist. I've been in practice for 40 years, mostly working during that time with folks who have various forms of dementia. I've developed a technique called habilitation therapy that is focused on a part of the brain that is involved with basic human emotions. And I teach folks how to access that part of the brain to bring about a positive emotion in the folks with dementia. Today, we were involved in seeing drum therapy, which is really a part of habilitation therapy in the sense that it gets to the amygdala, that part of the brain that is still intact until the very end of dementia, that is involved with positive emotion. And music and rhythm therapy can get to that part of the brain. The person may forget that they've been here in that group 5 minutes after it happened, but because the amygdala is still intact, they have that positive emotion that they experienced while in the therapy. And that lingers for a long time. And we see vast improvements in sleep, in eating, in having a even temper, reducing hallucinations, delusions. Folks need less medication overall as a result of something as simple as half hour, 45 minutes of drum therapy.
We see folks that aren't normally a part of a group experience coming down, beginning to talk to each other, to reminisce about their past, and even improve self-esteem through learning a new skill, maybe taking part of something they've really never been a part of before. It becomes somewhat effortless because you don't have to really think about where the rhythm is because it's already taking place. You don't have to be playing complex rhythms. You can play something simple. You know, there's many familiar songs that have a very famous familiar beat, like some of the things we did today, like "We Will Rock You," even singing someone's names, the syllables, "My name is Sarah," things like that, and you have people repeat call and response back to you. It seems like I think anybody at any level could be able to do this if they try, and maybe don't be afraid because the rewards are pretty tremendous.
I think it's important for folks to know that at every stage of the disease, whether it's Alzheimer's or stroke or multi-infarct dementia, with any kind of dementia, look for the person that's still in there, because they are. They're still there, and if we can touch that person that's still in there, it benefits them and it benefits us. It's the most human outreach we can do, to find that person that's still there.
Thanks so much for joining us and watching this video of the drum circles in action. I'm just so excited that Shane is offering these wonderful packages that are so affordable to everyone. So thanks again, Shane, so much.
Well, thank you, and thanks for watching, and I hope you find it helpful and beneficial, and we hope to help you out soon.